Gladys Aylward, British-born missionary to China in the 20th century, once said, "The eagle that soars in the upper air does not worry itself how it is to cross rivers." You can't escape worry. It will come at you from different directions and in different forms. But like the eagle, you can rise above it. In Matthew chapter 6, verses 25 through 34, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? And why do you worry about clothes? See how the flowers of the fields grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon, in all his splendor, was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, 'What shall we eat?' or 'What shall we drink?' or 'What shall we wear?' For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." To me, this is pretty straightforward. Jesus is telling us to rise above worrying. We don't need that kind of stress, and God doesn't want us to carry it. And in Eugene Peterson's The Message translation, it is even more straightforward. If you decide for God, living a life of God worship, it follows that you don't fuss about what's on the table at meal times or whether the clothes in your closet are in fashion. There is far more to your life than the food you put in your stomach, more to your outer appearance than the clothes that you hang on your body. Look at the birds, free and unfettered, not tied down to a job description, careless in the care of God. And you count far more to him than birds. Has anyone, by fussing in front of the mirror, ever gotten taller by so much as an inch? All this time and money wasted on fashion, do you think it makes that much difference? Instead of looking at the fashions, walk out into the fields and look at the wildflowers. They never primp or shop, but have you ever seen such color and design quite like it? The 10 best-dressed men and women in the country look shabby alongside them. If God gives such attention to the appearance of wildflowers, most of which are never even seen, don't you think he'll attend to you, take pride in you, and do his best for you? What I'm trying to do here is to get you to relax, to not be so preoccupied with getting so you can respond to God's giving. People who don't know God and the way he works fuss over these things, but you know both God and how he works. Steep your life in God reality, God initiative, God provisions. Don't worry about missing out. You'll find all your everyday human concerns will be met. Give your entire attention to what God is doing right now, and don't get worked up about what may or may not happen tomorrow. God will help you deal with whatever hard things come up when the time comes. Wow. I'm not usually a big fan of The Message, but that's really well said. Do you get it? God will help us deal with whatever hard things come up when we need the help. So don't worry about it. When we honestly evaluate our worries, we will find ourselves doing the following. Number one, forgetting that God is our friend. In Psalm 25:14, David writes, "The Lord confides in those who fear him. He makes his covenant known to them." The Lord is our friend, and friendship with God is built by sharing our life's experiences with him. Every activity, every conversation, every problem, and every thought. When we don't do this, we end up unaware of his presence, oblivious to his voice, resistant to his correction, and out of sync with his timing. And when we live that way, there is one inevitable result, and that's worry. Secondly, we take on things that we shouldn't. 20th century pastor Peter Marshall prayed, "Father, check our impulse to spread ourselves so thin that we're exposed to fear and doubt, to the weariness and impatience that makes our tempers wear thin, that robs us of peace of mind, that makes skies gray when they should be blue, that stifles a song along the corridor of our hearts." We lose our song when we add the unnecessary pressure of maintaining our exterior image, increasing our pace to try and keep up with the Joneses, and trying to fix everybody or to live up to their expectations. Finally, the third thing, failing to understand the difference between the secular and the sacred. Either Jesus is the Lord over every area of our lives, or he's not the Lord over any of it. We tell ourselves that certain parts of our lives lie in the realm of God's concern, but that other parts are not. But the Bible tells us in Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Did you get that? In all your ways submit to him, and he will direct your paths. To do life any other way is to live a worried life. So do things God's way, and you can rise above worry. I want to say thank you to Nick Patterson and our choir and all of the musicians who put together yesterday's musical presentation of The King is Coming at the Village Church. Thank you for all of your hard work and for blessing us with your talents. Also, we want to remind everyone that our sanctuary is open for prayer each Wednesday during the Lenten season from noon until 12:30. There are self-led devotions that are available. There's live light music, and our Stephen ministers are available to anyone who would desire prayer. So we invite you to come out on Wednesday. And also, be sure to join us between services this Sunday for a special visit with Dang Arja. We will meet in the sanctuary to catch up with his work in Thailand, and a reception will be held with light refreshments following the 11 o'clock service. So we invite you to come out and find out what your missions giving is doing. Enjoy your day, make it a masterpiece, and enjoy some March Madness this week as well. And I'll see you on Friday. Have a great day.